talking about ensemble pulse. Now the big thing, the goal for the ultimate goal that we're looking for is to have the students develop an internal ensemble pulse so that everyone is feeling the subdivision . I apologize.
I think. You and John? Yeah. He's over in not quite going across.
Here we go. Okay. So, the ultimate goal is to develop a unified internal pulse for the ensemble so that everybody's feeling the same subdivision. So I'm going to present 3 techniques to work on with your ensembles. And these are the things that I've seen work with developing ensembles. And this could, you can find a way to transfer this for choral, strings, even elementary. If you were working on, if you noticed some of the rushing that went on during that game and the frenzy. But if you were doing that with, a marimba ensemble or something, you might want to work on that and feeling the subdivisions. So a lot of the way we do that, and I think a lot of the way people find success is that you externalize the subdivisions first. So the first technique is something that I'll call hand to heart. And so it is having students put their hands to their heart, if everybody will do that, and we will tap so many beats and then rest, or we will travel through silence for so many other beats. So let's say we'll start out with 4 and 4. So 4 taps, 4 rests, and you'll keep your hands steady. So this is what it'll look like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what the goal for that, we can all sense, groups of 4, 2, maybe even 8, depending on the tempo. So the way to get students to really think about the subdivision and feel the counting internally is to use odd numbers. So we're going to try that again, and we're going to tap for 3 and rest for 5. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry. We'll start again. 2, 3. Okay, so now let's try something else. Let's tap for 2, rest for 6. Okay? And I'm going to stop. I'm going to start with us, and then I'm going to stop. And so that's the thing that a director can't, if you give signals, if you tap with your head, or you're constantly doing this, and you never let the ensemble take responsibility for that, you may find that not everybody is developing the skill. And you can take that time to monitor and assess who's feeling it, who's not. Okay, so let's try it. 2, count to 2 and 6, rest. 1, 2. Okay, let's try. Let's tap for 3, rest for 7. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay, and so you can play it with all kinds of combinations. Now, so odd numbers and variety. And on the next slide, I'll show you. In fact, I'll do that now. You can use this sheet as kind of some combinations, sample combinations. So, variations on 3, you would have counts of 3, and then counts of silence. Counts of 5, and then, the silence. And so you could play on these variations with your ensemble, and you could do that with this, the hand to heart. Another way, and other techniques, is that what you can do is have them play. You can have them play on a certain pitch for so many notes, or so many counts, and then so many rests. So like up here, it is, they're holding, concert C. And this, let me just point out, this is actually the circle of fourths that this moves, and that could be, something for advanced ensembles. You could work through the circle of fifths, circle of fourths. But you'd have them play concert pitch, and they would play for so many counts and rest for so many counts, and then they would move on to the next pitch. Another way you could do for advanced ensembles is triads. Major triads, minor triads. You could alternate major triad, minor triad. You could find all kinds of variations on that. The next thing are other ways to externalize the subdivision. So there we were just kind of beating, we were just kind of tapping the beat. And we didn't really talk about the breakdown of the subdivisions. So here's an idea for that. And so I'll jump down to the second one first, the external ch-ch, or the sprinkler. And I know Dr. Bianco uses that a lot. And so this is a technique so that if you have people rushing or dragging, what you would have is you would have half the ensemble or a section play a part of the song, and then you might have the other half sprinkling the subdivisions. So if this half, pick a song, a simple song to sing. What's that? Happy birthday. That's a good, we can try it. Try it. You guys know happy birthday? Let's pick a pitch. Okay. Ready? 1, 2.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear sister. Happy birthday to you.
And that's actually a good time. So let's bring you guys in. So this is in 3. Let's say these are, the subdivision would be 8 notes. Okay, and so you're going to sprinkle 8 notes. Now the key to doing the sprinkler is that you have to get the sprinkler right. So you have to work on the sprinkler. Take the time at the beginning when you start using this technique to make sure that you got the sprinkler right. So let's everybody sprinkle on my tempo, and we want short and crisp and loud. So it would be like this. Everybody do that. Okay, now we've got our singers. And as soon as our singers start this half, you're our sprinkler. You keep them in line. You keep them on the right tempo. Here we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tristan.
Okay, good. This half sing, this half sprinkle. 1, 2.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tristan. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, and our sprinkles started to get long. And so if I was working with the ensemble, I would stop and say, oh, we got to go back to our sprinkler and make sure that's right.
For breathing, would you have them skip one to breathe? Like, because you have to breathe if you're going do each speaker.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really an issue. You know, you could, if it became an issue, you could talk about that. And you could decide, or you can agree as a group how we're going to do that. But it's not really an issue. I mean, if you need to breathe, just breathe, and then it's going to come back. But it could come up. I hadn't thought of that. The air sizzle is kind of a variation on the previous technique, which was the counts. So you'll breathe in for so many counts and exhale for so many counts. Or you could even do this, and it could work for subdivision, it could work for style. So you could have that's one possibility there. That's good. Kelsey, can you come here, please? So, another technique would be singing or playing the subdivision. So, we have this example of Chester, and so play with some bad time. Suggest, if it was just a soloist and I was working with them, maybe an individual student, I might suggest that we sing the subdivision. So let's sing it. La 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 la. Okay. Or I might have her play it. Will you play that and play the subdivision as you go through? So now, if I can get this to play, I will just demonstrate another technique, or have Mallory Thompson demonstrate this technique. Mallory Thompson is the band director at Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois. And I'll show you. So what she does, she's working with an honor group. And she has the percussion included. She includes percussion. She says, percussion, please play the subdivisions, and you'll see. And one of the things is she has high standards, and you'll see kind of how demanding she is of the ensemble. And I don't see that screen on my. Anybody know how to? I'm sorry. Does anyone know how to? Do you know?
Do you, or what are you seeing?
I don't. I just see the computer screen. Ooh. There we go. There we go. We got it. We're good. Okay. So she's working on other concepts as well to sing. But notice how she had the external pulse going, and then she took it away and had them take responsibility for that. That's important. So the last slide is some resources, and these are some things. These are some of the resources that I got these ideas from, and so I encourage you to look at them because they're really good. And I've seen these things work and be very effective. So thank you.